Oh my god, they're so bad aliasing around that tree sprite that is no different from all the others. Clearly the artist must have messed up and this game was lazily made. Hey everybody, it's Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon Emerald! In the last episode, we defeated Team Aqua at the Weather Institute and then took on May once more, getting 2 boss fights knocked out in one video. And in this episode, we have potentially a single battle here though, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and fight these trainers like this. Because, surprise, to lurk in the shadows and live in darkness, that is my destiny. I emerge to challenge you. By darkness, you mean in the shadow of that cardboard cutout of a tree, don't you? Apparently. So, we have shirtless Fabian over here, and adorable kid holding a butter knife with a cape, Yasu. So they're gonna have Manectric and Ninjask here. This is really not good for them to have Manectric. We're gonna try out Altera's new move, Fly, and see where that gets us. I'm gonna go ahead and fly up. I'm gonna try to hit Ninjask, and you use Surf. No surprise that it's using Sora's Dance. That's pretty much what Ninjask is good for, though. But why have a Ninjask by itself with no other team members? That just doesn't make sense to me, because Ninjask's biggest draw is using Baton Pass. I don't really get why you would ever have a Ninjask by itself! We are not gonna try out his new move. Well, Teddy it is! One more Surf should take care of things. Hopefully I won't get to use anything on a cool tent. Yeah, boost your speed, do whatever you will. We'll go ahead and use Strength on Manectric because it's the bigger threat, and we'll just use that in Screech, really. Okay, Screech and Sora's Dance with Speed Boost. Pretty good, though, but at least attack me when you're about to go down. Alright. I think it's the first feint we've had in quite a while outside of those tournaments, though, so I guess Altair has the honor of that. And that does it for that battle. The reason why I wanted to fight these two is because I need to fight the two of them anyway, because I believe there is an item hidden through here. Actually, no, something unseeable is in the way. What has been seen can be unseen. What has been seen can be unseen. Yeah. Unfortunately for us, we can't do anything about that yet. Okay, trainer tips. Up to 16 decoration furniture can be placed in a secret base. Pick your favorite items and create your own secret base exactly how you want. That item over there. We cannot get that yet. We require another HM that we do not yet have, so it is impossible for us to get that. Even though you see acrobike tracks leading into that, because apparently fighting all the ninja kids is making me start saying things like an Asian, we cannot get that yet. So unfortunately, that item is going to get the shaft for a little while. So, here we have one of my favorite towns in any Pokemon game, Fortree City. This area is so unique. It is a town of tree houses interconnected by bridges. I love the idea of this town, and they have never done anything quite this unique with other towns. I thought it was cool they had like a desert area in this game, which is something they hadn't previously done, but this is just really, really unique. It just kind of sucks it doesn't have doesn't have unique music. This tree houses of Fortree are great. I think the number of town, okay, it's #1 town for living with Pokemon. Unfortunately, you can't run in this town, which kind of sucks, but you know, I still like this town a lot. Here we have a secret base shop. We can buy some items here. Different desks for putting your plushies on because they cannot be put on the floor because they'd get dirty. And here we have some chairs to go with those tables. Kind of nice. I think one of these two NPCs has something for us. Set to your PC. Yeah, I really wish that items would get delivered to my computer when I'd buy furniture. It was ridiculous. I recently moved and I completely live on my own. And last house that I had on my own was fully furnished though, but now I had to actually get all my own furniture. It was hell! God, like, it says there's Pokemon blocking the way on Route 120 though, so that tells us we can't quite get out there yet. No one believes me, but I saw this gigantic Pokemon in the sky. It seemed to squirm as it flew towards Route 131. By the way, you smell Singe. Were you at a volcano or something? This guy does not say anything about that flying Pokemon if you're playing Ruby and Sapphire. He says Route 131, which is all the way down here, so quite a ways away. We won't be going there for quite a while. Hoping that... Oh, this guy. There! Go bird Pokemon! Hey, ask my Wingull to run an errand for me. We'll run into that Wingull a bit later, but that's just kind of setting up a side quest for later to talk to that guy. Not much else to really talk about there. Anything else in here? What's the thing you have there? Oh, it's called a Pokedex? That's really awesome. You exist for a good reason. Trainer Steven, when I was searching for restaurants, oh boy, he had some amazing Pokemon with him. They weren't just rare, they were trained to terrifying extremes. He might even be stronger than the gym leader in this town. So, we've run into Steven a few times. Apparently, he is somebody out there in the world of Pokemon, having really, really strong Pokemon. And do you have any items for us? I'll point out and tell me, place the right hand or the left? Right. Oh yes, correct. We shall try again. Which hand have I placed in the right or the left? Right. Oh yes, correct. We shall try again. What have I placed in the right or the left? Right. No, too bad. You guessed wrong. Do you have anything for me? I don't care about your stupid clairvoyance. I just want that. Okay, so she gives us TM10, which has hidden power. This move can be anywhere from 30 power to 70 power, and ironically, despite the fact that it shows up in your TMs, and even in the move bio there as a normal type, this is a random type, and it can be any type but normal. I don't know what the deal is with that. It should just have been question mark, question mark, question mark type, but my wife relies on hidden power to stay awake. She's just taking a nap like I do in Sleep Talk. This guy can teach the move Sleep Talk. This is kind of a unique move. When a Pokemon is asleep, it can use one of its 3 other moves at random while it's asleep. It's an alright move, but nothing I'm going to be using. So, that has 2 moves for us in there. Let's see, anything in here of note? Roar! I need it, y'all! I have to get me a Volbeat. I'll do anything for it. Did you hear that? Michelle from the bottom of my heart. Having that, you will trade a Volbeat for my Plusle, won't you? This is a terrible in-game trade, trading a terrible Pokemon for a not quite as terrible Pokemon. Emerald has the worst in-game trades. It really does. It is so, so bad. There's no in-game trade in this entire game that I would even recommend. Because usually it's trading a bad Pokemon for another bad Pokemon, a good Pokemon for a bad Pokemon, or just an entirely pointless trade with something that you'll be able to get in one more town anyway. It's just really stupid, and I don't like any of the in-game trades in this game. They're just all really, really bad trades for you. Down here, something unseeable is in the way. Again, we can unsee things. How much of the internet would love to be us? Ugh. So, can't do anything, so I guess we can't really go to the gym quite yet, so we'll go ahead and take off. And I like this song, by the way. It's really, really catchy. Unfortunately, again, something unseeable's in the way. This is getting old. At least I could see Snorlax in the first game and it was blocking my way. I don't have my HM slave with me, though, so I can't really cut that down. Gabby and Ty are there, though, but I'll hold off on fighting them for a bit. And I really need to get some repels. But not quite yet, because there is actually a Pokemon on this route that I want to look for. Here we have a Revive, so I'm going to go and walk around in the grass for a bit. Now, when I started this project, the last member of my team was something that I kept thinking about. I really didn't know who I was going to use. I had some guesses, I guess, though, but I wasn't really sure about the last member of my team. I found it! Absol! And hey, it's a female, so we actually do have a female Pokemon here. This thing is an asshole. No, I'm kidding. This thing is extremely offensive. Downside, it's a Dark type. Pure Dark type. Dark types are the weakest offensive type. And this thing, unfortunately, does not have the greatest speed in the world to back up its possible sweeping abilities. So, kinda lame that it's not quite up to snuff with other sweepers. But that doesn't by any means mean that it's a terrible Pokemon. It's decent, you just gotta know how to use it. And I have really been thinking about using one of these in quite a few playthroughs, and I never actually did use one in a regular playthrough. I've used one in multiplayer a few times, which is kind of a feat in itself. But I never did use one in single player before. So you know what? I decided that this time around, I was going to give Absol a shot. I was originally thinking of another Pokemon for my last team member, but I think I'll give Absol a try, actually. The thing is, though, I don't have a nickname in mind for this Pokemon. So I'm going to ask you guys if you can help me think of a nickname for this. Let's go ahead and use a Nest Ball just to be a bit unique. So I'm going to ask for nickname recommendations on this. And no, it's going to have hearts popping out of it. No, don't catch it. Don't. Yes. Okay, thank God. Oh God, that was close. I almost had a badass Pokemon having hearts popping out of it every time I send it out in a battle. I'm gonna be unique and try a timer ball, even though it hasn't been that far into this battle. That could be unique. I want to, like, have something other than just a regular old Pokeball here on my Pokemon when I'm sending them out. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Okay. So, Absol, the disaster Pokemon. It sharply senses even subtle changes in the sky and land to predict natural disasters. It is a long-lived Pokemon that has a lifespan of 100 years. It's going to get sent to our PC, mainly because I still need to hatch the egg that we have with us, though, but I get the feeling that's going to happen soon. Let me see if that's actually going to happen soon or not. And, oh, it is making sounds. It's about to hatch. Hopefully not much longer on that. Try to go out here, and what do you know, Steven? Hi, Emil, it's been a while. There's something here that you can't see, right? You can see its shadow. Or to use this device on the invisible obstacle. No, rather than describing it, I'll just show you. That would be more fun. Alright, Pokemon ready for battle? I guess. Alright, show me your tune as a trainer. Okay, let's see here. So, start a Pokemon attack. Here we have another new Pokemon on this route, Kecleon. You can normally only find these 1% of the time in the grass, but here, if you have an unseeable object in the way, you will always fight a level 30 Kecleon. No exceptions. We could already run into these in earlier routes, though, so I really already went over it, so no real need to go over it again. But I guess it was just worth pointing out anyway, though, because this is basically the Snorlax of this generation. It was one of the first Pokemon that were actually unveiled to exist in this game, so that was kind of cool. But, you know, I guess we'll just use Acid on it here, because we can't really use a Water move on it twice in a row. Now it's Poison type. See, it just... This Pokemon isn't really challenging to fight, though. I mean, heck, if you have a Dragon type on your team, Dragon's super effective on itself. Theoretically, you could say the same thing with Ghost, though, but that isn't quite as easy, though, because it's normal, which is immune to Ghost, so... I see. Your battle style is intriguing. Your Pokemon have obviously grown since I first met you in Dewford. Alright, so we get the Devon Scope, allowing us to see invisible objects. And I just recommend, you probably should catch a Kecleon if you want one, if you're trying to complete your Pokedex here. And whoa, that was cool. You probably want to catch a Kecleon in this area where there's unseeable objects, though, because running into one 1% of the time is not fun. But anyway, I'll go ahead and meet you guys back in town. And what do you know, on the way back, this happens! The egg is hatching! And here we get a Wynot, the pre-evolution of Wobbuffet. This Pokemon has the unique ability Shadow Tag, which prevents Pokemon from escaping. I believe only it and Wobbuffet have such an ability. It does the same thing as Arena Trap, though, so it's not really a completely unique ability. But Wynot is a pretty, or rather, Wobbuffet is actually a pretty cool Pokemon. It cannot attack directly. Instead, all it does is counter and use Mirror Coat. Wobbuffet is more of a multiplayer Pokemon than a single-player Pokemon, though. He was actually so good in multiplayer, he was banned for a while. But the thing is, I just don't think he's useful in single-player. His tactic just doesn't... Rather, his gimmick just is not really good tactically on AI opponents. They're not as predictable as, say, you know, a person. Because with a person, you can kind of figure, like, what their reasoning was with movesets and whatnot, and kind of tell what they're thinking and whatnot, though. But with an AI, you can't really do that, though, so for single player, not recommended. For multiplayer, highly recommended. So, anyway, though, we have our new Absol in hand, and you know what? I think we're going to end this episode off here, and in the next episode, after I off-screen train Absol a bit, as well as get some suggestions for nicknames, I think we're going to go here to the gym and challenge them, alright? So next time on Pokemon Emerald, we'll be doing just that. See you guys then.